Dozens of varieties of bread line store shelves and fill cookbooks. But, which is the best bread to buy? Welcome to Fitnify, where we inspire you to live a healthy lifestyle. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notification, so that you don't miss any of our videos. Eating bread is the best way to add whole grains to your diet. Certain types of bread are high in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, while others are made from refined grains and offer little in terms of nutrition. But, when you're standing in front of the bread array in the supermarket, reading the various label claims, just how do you know which is the best bread to buy? Are whole grain breads the only healthy breads? Here are the 7 healthiest breads you can eat. 1. 100% whole wheat. You already know that refined grain are processed grains. They are processed to remove bran and germ in it. Whole grains keep the entire grain intact, the germ, endosperm, and bran. The bran, the hard, outer layer, is high in fiber. The bran and germ also contain protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, and beneficial plant compounds, while the endosperm is mostly starch. That's why whole grains, including whole wheat, are higher in fiber and considered more nutritious than refined grains. One slice, 46 grams, of whole wheat bread contains 110 calories, 4 grams of protein, 0.5 gram of fat, 23 gram carbs and fiber 4 grams. Whole grains have been linked to numerous health benefits, including a decreased risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. Look for breads that have 100% whole wheat or whole grain flour listed as their first ingredient. 2. Sprouted whole grain. Sprouted bread is made from whole grains that have started to sprout from exposure to heat and moisture. This process breaks down some of the starch in grains and decreases carb content. Sprouting has been shown to increase the amount and availability of certain nutrients. Most sprouted breads are high in fiber and protein. As such, they're more filling than more refined breads. One slice, 34 grams, of sprouted whole grain bread offers 80 calories, 4 grams of protein, 0.5 grams of fat, 15 grams of carbs and 3 grams of fiber. Sprouted grains do not increase blood sugar as much as other grains, making them a good choice for people with diabetes or reduced blood sugar control. 3. Sourdough. Sourdough is made through a fermentation process. This process relies on naturally occurring yeast and bacteria to make the bread. Did you ever hear about probiotics? Probiotics are healthy bacteria found in your body and certain foods. The non-digestible fibers that feed these bacteria are called prebiotics. During fermentation, prebiotics and probiotics are created, which makes sourdough bread easier to digest than other breads. Getting enough of probiotic and prebiotic each promotes good gut health and digestion. One slice, 47 grams, of whole wheat sourdough gives 120 calories, 4 grams of protein, 0 fat, 20 grams of carbs and 3 grams of fiber. Sourdough can be made with both whole wheat and white flours. Wheat sourdough has more fiber, iron, and other nutrients. 4. Flax bread. Flax bread is one of the healthiest breads you can eat. Because flax seeds are highly nutritious and offer a number of health benefits. They are an excellent source of an omega-3 fatty acid called alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. Flax bread is made primarily from whole grain flours and flax seeds. Be sure to look for flax breads made with minimal ingredients, such as whole wheat and/or sprouted whole grain flours, yeast, water, salt, and flax seeds. 5. 100% sprouted rye bread. Rye bread is known to be the best bread among all the breads. Is it actually true? Rye closely resembles wheat but is usually darker and denser. When compared to wheat, rye is often considered more nutritious. In fact, studies show that rye bread may lead to greater fullness and have less of an impact on blood sugar than wheat bread. Rye is able to lower your body's insulin response. It is likely due to its high soluble fiber content. Soluble fiber is a non-digestible carbohydrate that dissolves in water and becomes gel-like in your gut. Eating foods with soluble fiber helps slow your digestion of carbs, which decreases insulin release and reduces blood sugar spikes. One slice, 28 grams, of sprouted rye bread provides 60 calories, 4 grams of protein, 1 gram fat, 12 grams of carbs and 3 grams of fiber. The healthiest rye breads are made from 100% whole grain sprouted rye flour. Since sprouting increases grain's fiber content, sprouted rye is higher in fiber and healthier than non-sprouted rye. Traditional rye bread is only made from rye flour and does not contain any wheat flour, whereas most modern rye breads are made from a combination of the two. 6. Oat bread. You already know that oats are highly nutritious and linked to a number of health benefits. Oats are high in fiber and beneficial nutrients, including magnesium, vitamin B1, iron, and zinc. The fiber in oats, known as beta-glucan, may help lower cholesterol levels, regulate blood sugar, and decrease high blood pressure. Oat bread is typically made from a combination of oats, whole wheat flour, yeast, water, and salt. But wait. Before you grab an oat bread, remember, some oat breads only have a small amount of oats and are mostly made of refined flours, added sugars, and oils. Just because a bread has oats, or oatmeal, on its label doesn't mean that it's healthy. To find a more nutritious oat bread, look for one that lists oats and whole wheat flour as the first two ingredients. 7. Healthy gluten-free bread. We see gluten-free options in every foods these days, right? Gluten is a family of proteins found in grains, including wheat, rye, spelt, and barley. Most people can tolerate gluten with no adverse effects. However, it can cause problems for people with certain health conditions. This includes celiac disease, gluten sensitivity, wheat allergy, and some other diseases. Gluten-free breads are made without glutinous grains like wheat, rye, or barley. While the exact ingredients in gluten-free loaves depend on the type, they are typically made from a mix of gluten-free flours, such as brown rice, almond, coconut, tapioca, potato, or corn flours. Many people wrongly assume that gluten-free breads are healthier than those that contain gluten. However, most gluten-free varieties are made from refined flours and high in added sugars, as well as other unnecessary additives. However, those made from almond or coconut flours, such as barley bread, tend to be lower in carbs and calories but higher in fiber and protein than loaves made from wheat or other grains. The higher fiber and protein content in these products may help fill you up more than other breads while packing fewer calories and less starch. To choose a beneficial bread, look for varieties made from 100% whole grain and/or sprouted grain flours. Certain bread myths would often make your choice of bread wrong. Before buying any bread, you need to know that if a bread looks brown and has the word wheat in the name, it's not necessary to have lots of fiber and whole grain. If the first ingredient listed on the ingredient label is not whole wheat flour but some other flour, that tells you white flour was mostly used. Bread which claims 100% natural are not necessary to be the best choice. Again, you need to check the ingredient list. Just whole wheat doesn't cut it. Neither does made with whole grain. Look for labels that say 100% whole wheat or 100% whole grain, and don't settle for anything less. If it's 100% whole wheat, the first ingredient listed in the ingredient label will be whole wheat flour or 100% whole wheat flour. It should have 3 to 5 grams of fiber and 3 to 6 grams of protein per slice. A healthy bread should not have any added sweeteners. Which is your favorite bread? Comment and let us know. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy.